We're so fortunate here at Northeast to have a college farm adjacent to campus. Not many institutions can say that at the 2 or 4 year level. And we think we have an opportunity to teach students in a different way. Those hands-on opportunities really engage those students, bringing in the partners on the field. And that is something that makes us very unique. And I think that all the partnerships that we have, the opportunities that students have through internships working in our region and beyond, are opportunities that they can't get everywhere else. One of the other great things we've been able to do, we've always had internship opportunities, but we really worked hard to develop great partnerships with our local business and industry to develop internships that students really get a quality education and experience from. And we're starting to do that with NRCS as well. Through our Working College Farm, they're able to get to see production in practice. They're able to collect that data and see what those effects of those practices are on the data over time. And we're able to share that information with NRCS, and they're able to look at regionally appropriate recommendations. But also it gives the students who's in that opportunity, if they want to go work for NRCS, it gives them the opportunity to see firsthand what a production on a farm is like and what those impacts are. And that helps communication with producers in the future.
When we look forward to the future of cover cropping, there's probably two things that I see really coming fast forward. One would either be what I would call intercropping, which is finding a balance between two species instead of a monocrop type situation, which commercially we're in right now very heavily. Intercropping is really neat. We can either maybe take wheat and soy. There's actually a local producer to the north of here and in a couple other places, but here locally that did corn and beans this year and harvest them together and then separated. It's very cool to watch that interaction between products that both have a benefit and a reaction to the other plant. It's just really that outside of the box type thinking. The other thing that has happened here in the last couple years that is creating a lot of buzz with cover crops involved is a thing called stock cropping, where we have farmers that are possibly maybe planting like 8 rows of corn, and then which say on a 30-inch row spacing would be 20 feet, and then we're moving over another 20 feet and planting a cover crop blend, of which at that time we're coming back and grazing that strip, using the animals to convert our green manure and basically converting all that biomass product into a very readily usable form of fertilizer for next year's crop. Probably the biggest component pushing cover cropping right now is maybe the organic facet of farming. They're looking to find ways to either naturally bring in bugs, insects that are beneficial. They're looking to suppress pathogens in the soil, which cover crops can do, whether through nematodes, fungi. They bring beneficial fungi to the soil and suppress non-beneficial types of pathogens. So the organic world is looking at it very hard. Education in cover cropping is huge because, let's be honest, there's no way we can implement anything without education. If we don't know how to use it first, we're just throwing darts at a wall, right? So working with somebody, grants like we're working with here to truly understand what value this can bring. If we can't measure it, what do we have? We don't have anything. So ag education will be totally pivotal in the future. We have to provide our young growers and our young people that are coming into the ag sector to be open-minded and embrace new ways of production. And that's where Northeast Community College is going to do the job of providing our young students with the tools they need to go out there and help bring value to these operations.
Our students are at the forefront. They're the next generation of farmers and ranchers, or the next generation of technicians at the implement dealers and at the co-ops working with our producers. So we really need to make sure our students have that technology base and understand what the future of agriculture looks like and can help build it.
So it's really cool because in the 8 years that I've taught here, I see an impact already being made by our students. I see students who are aware that they have increasing nitrate levels in their groundwaters on their irrigation wells back home, and they're talking dad into no-tilling, and they're talking dad into doing cover crops, and they are going to make a difference. This change that needs to happen in agriculture, it will happen because of the sort of training, the sort of education that the students get here at Northeast.